What's up YouTube, it's Ravlar here and welcome back to another video. So yesterday I found out I was nominated for a Golden Gnome for the best new video maker and I was in shock. No one told me. I found out when I was watching the RS guy's stream. He said, "Oh, congratulations," and I was like, what are you talking about? So a huge thank you to absolutely everyone, from the bottom of my heart. I don't take it for granted. It really means a lot. I honestly was not expecting it. I didn't ask anyone to vote, so a massive welcome surprise for me. So thank you very much. It means a lot. Another huge thing that happened to me today was that we actually hit 100 subs on Twitch, which was mind-blowing. I've only been streaming for a month and a bit, so the love you guys are showing me is unreal. And if you're into Twitch content where people die a lot, feel free to follow me. But anyway guys, on to today's video, and it is a biggie. So for those of you that don't know, bots exist. Whether Jagex like it or not, whether we like it or not, bots exist. Admittedly, the RS3 botting scene is minuscule compared to OSRS, but unfortunately we do have a lot of bots in our game and they are massive factors in real world trading. And today I'm going to show you some of the top botting areas which gold farmers use. So next time you see a bot there, you can report them, and you know what? Let's get rid of them as soon as we can. And finally, thank you to Charlie Marshall who suggested to record an intro at Garrock. It's absolutely stunning here, and you've won a bond, Charlie. Just PM me in game and I'll get that to you. Also, thank you to every single person who left us suggestions for a pretty place to record an intro. You guys were amazing. I'm going to use all of them and I'll give you credit whenever I can. But anyway, I'm so sorry for the long intro guys. Let's get right into today's video. Now first up, I have it on good authority that Revenants are used to make a lot of money for botting gold farmers. Now Revenants are located in the wilderness at level 31 and in the Revenant 3 dungeon. Now this is quite an awkward place to reach, so they're not really faced with a lot of competition from other players, and if they do see someone, they log out instantly. I'm talking about the second they see a white dot, they're gone. That is why it was impossible for me to get footage of them on camera. But they are the main source of Statius Warhammer's, Zuriel's equipment, Vesta's equipment and Morrigan's equipment in the game. Now for those of you keen PVMers out there, you would have noticed that the Statius Warhammer's price is now around 40 mil, which is ridiculous because it used to be 150 mil. And I know some of you will say that the Chaos Elite title probably reduced it, which is true, but trust me, these bots are farming them like crazy, and as a result, a lot of gold is being made for those gold farmers. Next up, after Revs, we have a bunch of bots in every single bounty hunter world. There are 2 worlds, 1 legacy and 1 normal. Now there are around 10 per world at every single point of the day. And what's really sad is that there's always like 15 to 25 people in these worlds, like never more. So pretty much it's a world just full of bots that is the odd real player. But what these guys do, they make accounts around 150 total, level 25 to 35 combat. They look the same a lot of the time. Dude, honestly, you couldn't look more like a bot if you wanted to look like a bot. If you talk to them, they won't respond. And basically what they do is they wait until they get each other as a target and they kill each other for emblems. Now what's hilarious is like there's just a line of them. They're not even trying to hide the fact that they're botting. It's hilarious. Now how these guys actually make money is by trading kills and getting emblems, and then trading those emblems for items like a rune pouch and superior warrior and armor patches. Now my personal opinion on these bots is because Bounty Hunter is so broken, it's such a piece of shit update and really bad content, no one wants to do it. No one wants to legitimately play this. Is that I actually feel that these bots are kind of doing some good for the game, because honestly, who wants to spend like hours and hours just waiting around to get a target when there's no one here? Regardless though, these guys are botting, so no matter what they're doing for the game, they are breaking the rules big time and influencing real world trading, so let's hope to see these guys get banned soon. Next up, we have a absolute huge source for GP for gold farmers, and that is Ascension creature farming. Now within the Ascension dungeon there is a room. I was told about this by a bot script writer himself, and he said that this is a huge source of GP for real world traders, and literally I hopped 60 worlds trying to get footage for this, there was at least, I would say, 45 botters there. I did come across a couple of real people, and you can tell because real people will talk to you. But anyway, the botters here are specifically made for this. You can tell so because they have exceptionally random stats, and they have 81 Slayer most of the time. They're normally wearing full Demon Slayer for some reason, or full Royal D'hide. They have a Zarite bow, and what's really interesting is that their defense and range XP is like almost always like 50 times higher than everything else. It is ridiculous. Now these guys are making bank because not only do they get the Ascension keys, but these guys shit out alcohols, and I'm talking there's guys in every single world making bank here, and I'm telling you, a lot of these guys are bots. Maybe I'd say 5% of them are real people, but trust me, these guys are bots. They are ridiculous. Some of them even have the nerve to wear their range and defense 120 capes. It is ridiculous, and I think that this is probably the main source because it's quite secluded and people don't come here unless they have to. I mean, why would you go here unless you want to catch a Capsaria soul, for example? But anyway, these guys are some really sneaky motherfuckers, and they are making bank, and they're doing it on every single world. Right, if you thought what we've discussed so far is bad, you guys have no idea what's coming. Anyway, I'm sure you've all experienced divination bots in the wildy. You know, at Cursed Div, there's loads, and if you ever do any div there, you'll probably come across a few in a members world. Maybe 1 or 2 per world max. Now, have you ever seen a free-to-play world here? Well, turns out you can actually do divination on a free-to-play world, and these guys are infesting it. Loads and loads of level 3s, throwaway bots. They just come here, get the energy, bank. If they get killed, it's not a big deal. They don't lose much. And the thing is, if they get banned, it's nothing because they're level 3 and basically they can just make another account straight away. 0 requirements. And you guys are wondering why the price of energy is so low. This is why. And I feel quite bad for skillers because basically it's cutting into their profit, and these guys are infesting free-to-play worlds. When I mean infesting, every single world has about 20 of them, and given the fact that the population of free-to-play worlds is pretty much around 30 or 40 most of the time, it just sucks that half the population is bots. But it is what it is. This is ridiculous. I really hope Jagex do something about this because every single free-to-play world is like this. Imagine when mobile comes out, people are just going to be faced with this, and you know what? They want to be interacting with real players. This just isn't good enough. I have no idea how come, like, you know, nothing's been done about it, but something really needs to. Now, surprisingly, I've been told by reliable sources that, in fact, energy is nowhere near the top. And this may surprise you, but probably the most gold generated from bots comes from spiritual mages and spiritual warriors. Now, it is ridiculous how many bots there are in God Wars Dungeon 1 in the kill count rooms for Zami and Saradomin. Now, they may look like legitimate players, some of them do, and some of the bots are very clever because they try and make it look like they're on Slayer assignment. For example, every single range bot I've found on the Zamarok Spiritual Mage area wears a Slayer helm, Demon Slayer stuff, etc. But every time they actually kill a Spiritual Mage, their XP in Slayer doesn't actually go up. So unless there's about 50 of them doing them, you know, across all worlds, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that these are the bots and they're just trying to cover themselves as normal players by wearing a Mighty Slayer helm. In the Saradomin encampment, it gets even worse. There are literally clones of each character on every single world. They wear full subjugation, a Armadillo battle staff, an Obi cape, and 1 Zamorak arrow. Their stats are almost identical. They have just 83 Slayer, and they often have like 120 Mage because they've been doing it for so long. Literally, almost every single world I hopped to had an exact clone of this character. If you don't believe me, by all means go and check for yourself. These bot farmers are, you know, getting away with it, and that's not acceptable in my eyes. But anyway, guys, girls, and chicken nugget enthusiasts, thank you so much for watching the video. Once again, thank you for the Golden Gnome, a nomination. I appreciate it a lot. You guys are amazing. All the support you've given me, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. And if there's any videos that you guys want to see, let me know down in the comments below. And let me know what other botting areas you've discovered and how do you feel about it. But on that note, guys, let's call it a day. If this video was interesting, please do drop a like. If you're interested in RS3 content, please subscribe. But for now, lads, thank you so much. Much love, and I'll see you in a couple of days.